Hello from Great Britain, guys. My name is Orest, I'm Ukrainian. However, now in this video I'm visiting United Kingdom in order to meet a few of local people with whom we maintained relations since the Russia invaded Ukraine. And this flag next to the Abbey here in Yorkshire area is just an example of brotherhood and mutual understanding between both of our countries. So in this video I would like to take you a few areas of northern England, and we will meet different people who are somehow related to Ukraine. Let's go. Let me introduce you to my wife Marta. Hello, hello. And this is me, Orest, and now we are basically driving on one of the minor roads in the Yorkshire area. It looks very picturesque, and the weather is kind of so-so, the British one. But what really, guys, surprised me is that, like, when we were driving by, I noticed, like, wow, look at this, the Ukrainian flag next to the church. Looks like now there is a mass happening, and it was a crime not to stop over here. So even though we are a little bit in a hurry to meet Ukrainian community in Doncaster, I thought it would be a crime not to stop over here, because not in many places around the world you can see a historical abbey in a foreign country with Ukrainian flag next to it, which indicates that we are not alone. Yorkshire is a very interesting area. By the way, this is the largest administrative region in England, and from what I see around, it's rather traditional, classic English way of life that people are following here. Yeah, so it's away from the industrial areas of Manchester, Sheffield, definitely far away from London, and it's just like farmlands. It's very plain. Green with like these small houses in a very picturesque villages. This is how England is pictured, yes, in many movies, and it's very interesting to see this true classic old England here. Marta, what's your impressions of England during the first few days that we are staying here?
I must say that it's pretty. All those historical buildings and old towns, cities and villages, they're really like from a movie about this Victorian era and the period, and I really like it. I like some fantasy, I like Harry Potter, for example, and in New York we were on that street when Harry Potter bought a magic stick. So it was pretty atmospheric.
Looks like we arrived into a bigger city. This is actually Doncaster. Let's understand the industrial town, and there must be a strong and old Ukrainian community of people who settled here decades ago. So let's see how their center is functioning.
Hi.
Nice to see you alive eventually, yes.
Thank you, thank you.
Please, guys, meet Steve. Steve, can you explain us what is this thing about? Like, why there are so many people over here now?
Okay, so we're in South Yorkshire, Doncaster, and we have a Ukrainian social club, and I'm one of the volunteers and I'm on the committee. And basically, every Sunday between 12 and 3 o'clock, our refugees from Ukraine come to our centre, and we have somebody that comes from the council, and they help out with any problems. Usually it tends to be with money, or it could be with the children going to school and getting education. It's also to do with things like people from Ukraine learning English, and also helping people get jobs. So there's lots of things going on. But because most of these people now have been here, a lot of them for over a year now, we're having more technical questions and problems. Things, for example, like to do with, I have a Ukrainian car with Ukrainian registration, and what I want to do is I want to change it to an English registration. How do I do that? Or I'm working now, but I think I've paid too much tax. Can you help us with that? Okay, so there's lots of things going on.
Do you have any Ukrainian origin?
Yes, my father, he came from Lvivsky Oblast called Stry, from a small village called Voloshanka. My mother is more interesting because my mother was born in Croatia, but after the First World War, her family from Ukraine wanted to make money, so they left Ukraine and went to Croatia. And then what was interesting was while my mother was living as a small child in Croatia, her auntie decided to go to America and used to send lots of gifts and things from America. And my mum said, I'm going to go to America. So she started saving money. She didn't have enough money to go to America, so she ended up going to England. And that's how I came to be in England.
Wow. Steve, this is not fair. You didn't tell that your birthday upon inviting us here. So, but it's incredible to see how people are greeting you. Yes. Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Thank you very much, Orest. I'm so pleased you came. When you get past 60, you don't really want to talk about your birthday, but this was a special occasion, so I'll let everybody know.
Wow, that's very cool. And also, I would like to, guys, give you the backstory. So, we didn't meet before. This is our first live meeting, and as I understand, you've seen a video of my friend Johnny FD.
Yes.
In Lviv when we're delivering a specialized van for the orphanage in Ukraine near Lviv, yeah. Yes. And then you established direct cooperation with this orphanage. So can you tell us more, like how things work now for you, and which kind of ties are you having with them?
So I was. It was very nice to see you on the YouTube with Johnny FD, and you inspired us at the Ukrainian Centre to get some parcels together. So we had 7 large parcels of Christmas presents. There was food, pasta, coffee, tea, and also we did some power banks for the mobile phones. So we sent 7 parcels to the orphanage, and I spoke to the director. And what's so fun...
He's also Stefan. Yeah.
I know, but this was the great thing. So every time I ring him on Viber, I say, Pan Stepan, this is Pan Stefan talking to you. So we have this nice relationship together, and we hope to help them more and more, as much as we can.
Incredible, you know, it also inspires me to continue these publications because it builds ties beyond like your own scope, right? It goes in different directions, and guys, that's what we have to do. We have to carry on, and you never know where the life brings you because everything comes around. There is also another example of our cooperation with Stefan. So he recently introduced me to a British political expert with Ukrainian origin, Taras Kuzyo, and we had a nice interview together with him where we talked about like the more like in-depth outlook on the situation of war in Ukraine. So please watch that video as well, guys. It's very interesting and gives a good perspective on things on the ground. Hey, hello. You told that you were one of the first people who arrived here, yes, to Doncaster, from the entire community.
Yes, I was the first Ukrainian in Doncaster, and I came here on visitor's visa, and I would like to say thank you, like for everybody in like all the British people are helped me a lot. And
what's your routine? What's your life looks like here now?
Actually, I found a job. I work for Doncaster Council as a bilingual support officer. So I'm helping with communication between Ukrainians and council, and I work for Refugee Council and also trying to help with interpreting for newly arrived Ukrainians.
Okay, so basically you support the local community as well with your work.
Yes. So yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's great, and I'm trying to be helpful. I'm sorry, I'm shy.
That's good. So can you explain, like, it's like a regular Sunday that people come together. They do some sewing classes, as I understand. Have some tea. it happens all the time?
Yeah, so we open in the Ukrainian Center every Sunday. It's like a Sunday hub, and we saying hello to everybody who come into Doncaster, and we trying to welcome them, trying to support them in everything, trying to give them what they need for first hours, first days in the UK, because I understand from my experience it's very difficult, and also we trying to engage people to communicate in Ukrainian, so they don't have so much so big trauma from moving to different country, and
nice,
so we're trying to
nice.
support them as much as possible.
Cool. So you see, guys, even if my brothers from Ukraine, my sisters are far away from their homeland, they still try to stick together to maintain those relations, and of course to keep their ties with Ukraine. So basically this what I'm doing on this short rather mission trip around the UK is I just simply try to build more bridges between the communities overseas and between the refugee areas of Ukrainians abroad and with motherland Ukraine. That's how it works. This is Mr. Yevhen, and as I understand, you were one of the first members of Ukrainian community who came here.
Yeah, we actually, the community was organized in 1952. It was in a bar.
It was a bar?
A bar in town. People got together, Ukrainians, after the war, and decided to join, to form an association of Ukrainians. Well, can become part of the association of Ukrainians.
How many people were back then?
I would say about 100.
100 people, yeah.
About 100 people.
And they came after World War II here,
After World War II, yeah. Came after World War II. And that was a formation. Then obviously, I was only 5 years old.
Okay.
So I didn't take much of a part then. But what we did, the community then, over the years, celebrated different Ukrainian feast days.
And then you managed to have this place,
And then in 1972...
In 72?
No, 1979, sorry. 1979, we had a meeting to talk about should we buy a premises? The community had gone down a little bit by then, people had died, but still, it was still fairly strong.
Yeah.
And so we had this meeting in a pub in town, and we bought this place.
Wow!
Yeah,
you raised the campaign.
People put money in from £500 down to £50.
Okay.
So they put some good money in, and we formed this place. I was involved. That's the original bar.
That over there,
That's the original bar. I was involved in building that.
Okay.
Me, the chairman's father, and another chap now, but he's dead.
So basically, for the last 50 years, half of a century, you are hanging out here mostly.
I've been here.
Wow.
I've been here nearly right from the early age, from probably 16, 17. I've been part
Incredible.
of it. Yeah. Well, it's when both your parents are Ukrainian. My first language was Ukrainian.
Yeah.
When they first arrived, I couldn't speak English. I went to school, I couldn't speak English.
I see.
Because they couldn't speak English. Or just
what do you think, most young people that we see over here, are they going to have the similar story to you? They will pick up the language, they will stay over here, or they come back?
Most of the people here are obviously refugees. Now, if they do stop, hopefully they'll be the next generation. I'm second generation, we have a third generation now. And hopefully in the near future we'll have a fourth generation.
They have to. That's why you have such community centers, so people stick together.
We're a small, centre, small community now, but we do stick together, So we do.
It's incredible to see all this.
Stefan's done very well.
Thank you for starting this. Amazing.
I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I was one of the main players in those early days.
Nice.
Okay, but I did get the support from the first generation, which is good.
Cool. How do you like driving this micro toy car?
It's weird, but okay.
Let's go. Only while traveling in Britain, you start realizing what is a horizontal rain. Just take a look, guys, on this. Absolute madness. Honey, look at this beautiful view.
Orest, come on. It's raining. Orest, please.
Wow.
Oh my God, no.
No?
Look at this. It's really all over.
Let's go for hiking.
No, thank you.
Why not?
You go alone. I'll wait here.
Wow, we got so lucky today with the weather. It's real snow in Britain. It's national catastrophe with traffic and so on. But for us it's just amazing. Look at like all the views that we were able to see today. However, guys, we even got more lucky because here in Huddersfield we visiting Ukrainian Club. Here it is in this huge mansion, and you see the flag which is indicating. So I invite you to Ukrainian Club in Huddersfield, and let's see how it looks inside. Oh wow, incredible. It feels like I am back in Ukraine. There's even a bar, like a big place, like looks really British, yes, even though Ukrainian community gathers over here. Very spacious. Some hall for official events, and I love that one. You see, like back to the 70s. I'm surprised that such a huge mansion is owned by Ukrainian community in Huddersfield. Oh, wow! Marta, did you order all of this?
No, but it's nice to find it here because we were hungry.
Like real Ukrainian hospitality in Britain. John, hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
How many years?
5, 6 years.
That we've been together in Ukraine.
Yeah.
So what's your story? Like you have some Ukrainian origin, right? As I understand.
Yes. Yeah. My father's Ukrainian. He's not alive anymore. He was born in Zalisy, near Ternopil, and then came over after the war. Came to England after the war with many other Ukrainians. And settled in Huddersfield. Yeah. So the rest is history.
Well, what's the profile of your organization over here? I understand you are the chairman, right?
Yes, I'm the chairman of the Association of Ukrainians in Great Britain.
Okay.
Huddersfield branch.
Italia, Brand Brit. Okay. Local branch of
local branch of the association. So there's branches all over the Ukraine. I'm the chairman of the Huddersfield branch. And we have quite a strong community here.
It definitely looks like this with all the artifacts from Ukraine. It's like, you know, guys, it really feels like I'm in a museum somewhere. Like Petlura, Franco. Yeah. How does this community function here? Like, what events are you providing? What are you working on in general?
Well, now with the influx of the displaced Ukrainians, we have a lot more Ukrainians here. We have a lot more cultural activities now. We've got concerts, we're having fundraising activities to raise money for Ukraine, for the soldiers, for displaced people in Ukraine, etc. So it's quite a hub at the moment. We've got a lot of people in and out, and we're all volunteers, and we just try our best at keeping the community going and keeping the traditions going.
Exactly. Like, what are the biggest challenges you're facing at the moment, for example?
Our community is, from my generation, the first generation, is diluted down slightly. My children don't have as much involvement as what I did. So you get that dilution of of generations. But hopefully, with the Ukrainians that have come over, they will fill that gap that we're missing. So yeah, we'll see what happens. It's only been the first year since the Ukrainians have been here, so hopefully that will develop. Those that are stopping in Huddersfield will nurture that. We'll work together and nurture it. Yeah.
I remember like a few months ago you wrote to me and you told that local children from Ukrainian newly fresh arrivals, they have limited access to Ukrainian books.
Yeah.
Did you solve this problem? Did you receive like some shipment of books?
Yes. The association in London managed to get a lot of books. I don't know where they got them from, but we had a good shipment of books. So they're actually all in the office. We've got lots of age groups, and we use them for the Ukrainian classes, and we use them to hand out to the displaced people that have come over, the refugees. We hand them out to the families so they can take them home and the children can read the books. So,
cool.
Yeah.
So things are going.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Thanks for all your work and for this table. Thank you for the presents. Okay.
Wow.
What's that, Marta? What have you got?
Treasures of Ukraine and
Wow.
National Cultural Heritage.
Wow.
I don't have this kind of book. Thank you so much.
I think the treasure for Ukraine is the symbol of brotherhood between United Kingdom and Ukraine. John, how do you maintain such a huge mansion? Technically at least, because this is like incredible, such a huge space with the building, with the entire outer area. Yeah, this probably like a lot of things to have to be done here.
If it's something electrical or technical, then we will get outside technicians to do that, or trades people. If it's something we can do ourselves, we will do ourselves as volunteers. And we'll put our time in, because a lot of people have got skills to joiners, plasterers, decorators. We can do things ourselves. If it's something like the roof, we can't do that, so we will get somebody else in. We will pay for that.
How does the finances work for this? Because it's also like maintenance. There is like maybe some company or organization. You have like a scheduled donation. How does it work? No. Yeah.
We have to run it a little bit like a business. We will have functions. People pay for the rent of the room. The money that we make behind the bar goes towards the building and back into the system. So anything we make will go back into the community.
So it has to be self-sufficient financially.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay, and like what kind of services do you provide here? Like a wedding room, as I heard, yeah?
Wedding function room. If somebody wants a birthday party, we have the function room, the bar. So it's used as a package. If someone wants to get married, they've got the main hall, they've got the smaller room and the bar.
Incredible.
Up to about 150 people.
Wow.
So, and just look at the lovely grounds. Everybody loves it in summer.
Actually, yes. So Marta, maybe we do a second wedding here.
Second wedding?
Yeah.
I hope together, not separately. People like here to be part of a club here in the UK.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why it's not. It's more like in a form of club here, Ukrainian club.
Yeah, very cool, right?
We call it, it's a club, it's a pub. This is where everybody meets and they talk and they drink and they play cards and play dominoes and
Oh wow, there is even beer from Ukraine, Pravda. Look at this special micro IPA edition. Wow. How popular the Ukrainian topic now is in the UK?
Very, very popular, yeah. It's on the news every day. And like I was saying before, everybody knows something about Ukraine as a country, the culture, even the food and everything else. Everybody understands what Ukraine is now, which is good. it's a shame it's come to this circumstances, but in another way, the collaboration between the UK and Ukraine is fantastic now, like brothers, brothers in arms, and there's such good support now. We are so supported as a community by the local community and the council and local businesses. You couldn't imagine it 2-3 years ago, but now everybody's so sympathetic towards the community now.
The way how our countries collaborate together is unprecedented historical achievement, I would say, between, from one side, such a different countries in terms of geography, culture, history, but at the same time, such similar country in terms of striving for freedom and liberal values. So guys, if you're watching this, thank you for all the support you are doing for Ukraine. До побачення! Па-па!